I challenge you, you can do it. You can get this venue, get into this $1 billion industry, get a piece of the pie. Why not? Why wouldn't you want to get a piece of the $1 billion industry pie of the event industry? So welcome back to another episode, and today we're going to talk about pretty much why you haven't gotten your first venue yet, or why you're having trouble getting your first venue. So this video is going to be for you if you're having trouble getting into the event industry. If you haven't been able to get a venue, or you've been thinking about getting a venue and you haven't gotten it, so we're going to cover like why you haven't done that, right? All right, so hopefully this video isn't too long. I'm trying to keep it as short as possible because I understand you got stuff to do. Like, you got things to do. I got stuff to do too, so I don't want to have it being extra long. So let's get right to it, right? So if you don't already know, my name is Jarrell Henderson, and typically on the channel, I'm talking about event spaces. I'm talking about starting businesses. I'm talking about overall entrepreneurship, transitioning from your 9-to-5 into a business, making passive income, versus active income, creating different habits, weight loss, talking about a whole slew of things. But today we're going to talk about why you haven't gotten into the event industry. What's going on, family? Are you in Atlanta, Georgia right now? Are you looking to book a birthday party, a kid's party, your party, a ladies' night out, but you don't have an event space? Listen, what I need you to do right now is go book the #1 event space in Atlanta, Georgia right now. It's Pryor Engagements, ATL.com. Go to their website. There, look, the link is right here. It's the #1 event space, #1 in Atlanta right now, okay? The #1 event space. You want to go book them right now. I got the booking site for you as well. So all you gotta do is click the link down below and book them. Book them now. Listen, if you rocking with me, you gotta rock with my mentees, all right? That's all that it is. So I'll see you there. Well, not at your event, but I'll see you in Atlanta when I'm in Atlanta. All right, going into it, fear is the primary reason why most people don't start their businesses, right? Because you're a beginner in whatever it is that you're doing, you're gonna be afraid, like naturally. Like, don't let fear stop you, bro. We started in the pandemic. Like, all right, we got this space and the one next door in the pandemic, so you can do it too. Like, and the pandemic is actually on your, it's almost like, it may not on be your side, like sidebar, I actually caught COVID, so definitely not on your side, but you can use it to your advantage because landlords their properties have been vacant because of the pandemic. People were going out of business because of the pandemic. Doesn't mean you're gonna go out of business. That's them, not you, right? So when it comes to, like, think about fear like this, right? When it comes to breaking down fear and why you're probably afraid, have you ever had a new job or started a new position or a new class or a new anything, right? You were kind of uneasy about it. Because you didn't know what to expect. And that's ultimately what fear is. It's like you don't know what it is that you need to do. You don't know the first steps, and you don't want to mess up. It's so many things, right? And so, but when you start this new job, you get training. You get training on it. So what was once unfamiliar becomes familiar to you, and then it's easier for you to go through it, right? But you get training. That is the key piece, right? You get some sort of training. So what I would say to help those of you, to help you right now, if you're having fear, and if you know fear, your fear of loss of money or whatever it is, I would just say, like, think of it as a new job, right? And because when you get a new job, everything's going to be very much so unfamiliar. You're going to get training, and after you get that training, then you are able to, actually perform the job function, the necessary functions to excel at the job, right? And so just go out and get the training. And I offer all sorts of training, all types of training, from a 2-day training, Accelerator, down to a mastermind, down to free training, all sorts of training on getting into the event space industry. So, like, training is out there. Check out some of my other videos. tune in, jump into one of my training classes, like whatever is necessary. The training is there for you, so you don't have to be afraid, because I understand starting a new business can be scary, but it's not just the thought of starting a new business. We're talking about a brick and mortar business. We're talking about potentially, $2,000 to $3,000 to even $4,000, $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 that you're gonna have to pay monthly, or even as low as $900, $800, $1,000. It depends on the square footage that you're looking at. But the thought of doing this in the current state of the world, I'm with you. I get it. It can be scary, but if you get the proper training and you know the exact steps, it's not going to be as scary. If you have a plan in place, it's not going to be scary, right? And so what ends up happening though, hey, what's going on? So if you're watching this video, that means that you're about to join my Event Space Mastermind, all right? In the Event Space Mastermind, it's a 12-week program that you get a year access to. So a year access of coaching, training, and consulting from me about the event space industry, all right? So in my Event Space Mastermind, I'm gonna teach you everything that I know about starting a space, finding a space, funding a space, and we're gonna cover this in the course of 12 weeks. But guess what? You get a year access to it. So you wanna start your profitable event space business, you want extra help, you wanna know how to market it, you wanna know how to find it, you wanna know how to do everything that it is about a profitable event space. We're gonna cover all of that in the Event Space Mastermind. So all you have to do right now is click the link down below. Click the link down below and just join. That's it. The Event Space Mastermind. It is for you if you're looking to start in the next 12 weeks. Is that what you're looking to do? Then yes, click the link down below and join the Event Space Mastermind, and I'll see you there. Peace. What are you really afraid of, right? And so what I find that most people are afraid of when it comes to event space businesses, they don't know, well, how much space do I actually need? How much will it cost? How many people should I be looking to get? Where to get supplies from? How much time is this gonna take? Will this work for me because I have a 9 to 5? What if I don't get bookings? Where can I get funding? How do I know if I'm gonna do it right? Should I rent or buy? What type of leases am I gonna find when I'm actually in the process? These are all part of the reason why you're afraid, because it's so many things. It's so many things. You have, the how to get bookings on your right hand, and then you got the will people actually book you, and how much space should you get? How much will it cost? All of these questions, they are the reason why you're afraid to get into it, because you get overwhelmed. And then once the overwhelm sets in, it causes even more fear. And then when you get more fear and you just don't know what to do, now you're stuck. And because you're overanalyzing, you're overthinking, and now it's just plain and simple analysis paralysis, right? And so something to keep in mind when you're starting anything is that everything is testing. So because you don't know what to do, just like, and we're gonna go back to our original scenario of starting that new job, even after you get the training in the new job, you're still gonna make mistakes. I think that we think that we need to be perfect starting out, but you don't need to be perfect. I went to real estate school, graduated real estate school, leased property as a real estate agent for a while, and getting into this industry, which, don't get it twisted, is still very much so real estate. So getting into this industry of having event spaces and still make mistakes. And so you're going to make mistakes. Like, I'm a former real estate professional. I made mistakes. Mistakes are okay, because guess what? The more mistakes you make, the more you're going to learn. So it's okay. And then the great thing about it is that when you're just starting out, everything is testing. So there's technically no right or wrong way to do things. So there's no right or wrong way to I want to say, in terms of what events you should be throwing, because I get that question a lot. Well, what type of events are going to make me money? What days? What's the price? And what's this? You have to test all of these things out. That what's going to work in my city is not necessarily what's going to work in your city, but I can definitely tell you, you have to do research. And after doing research, you'll know what's going to work, because what's probably working over here, 10 or 15 minutes away from your potential venue, is probably going to work for you as well. And if it doesn't work, then you have to figure out something else to work. Again, hence, it's all testing. So don't worry about, whether or not you're going to be doing it right or wrong. Like, the key to doing anything is just starting it and figuring it out as you go. Do not get stuck in analysis paralysis. Do not get stuck with just being stuck. Don't just stop. You have to keep moving, because the thing is this, right? Think about it like this. If you never start, you'll never know what's going to really happen. You'll never know if you're going to be successful. You'll never know if you can hit, 5 to 10K per month with your event space. You'll never know if your venue is going to be successful if you never venture out into it. And so you gotta, get the courage up, and you gotta do it. And I try to help as much as I can with the trainings that I offer and the guides and things like that. Like, I'm actually here as a resource. I try to help as much as I can with the videos that I've done and the videos that are yet to come and the videos that I have stockpiled. Like, I try to do as much as I can, but you alone, you have to take that first step. And the first step is, ultimately, I've started many businesses, and I've failed at many businesses, and I've started many successful businesses. And that first step, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter from a failed business to a successful business. The first step is the hardest step to take, right? And so, honestly, you think that finding your venue is probably the hardest part, when it's honestly the easiest thing to do. Finding the actual location is the easiest thing to do. So what I would say is, instead of worrying about all those things, focus on one of the most important things that you can do, which is taking action. But the biggest piece here is that if you know you need help, ask for help. It's okay not to have all the answers. I didn't have all the answers, and when I needed help, I asked for help. If you need help, ask for help. We never really have all the answers. That's why we get trained on jobs. That's why you go to Google, you go to YouTube, you go to these places to get some of the answers. So you can do the same thing just by asking questions. All you have to do is ask. Go to someone, go to an authority in the space and ask the question. See if they'll help you. Get a mentor. Do these things, but ask. Don't be afraid. Take some sort of action, and a part of that is asking questions if you don't know the answers. And you're not going to know all the answers. You're not going to know all the answers. I still don't know all the answers. And like I said, I went to real estate school. This is very much so real estate. And I don't have all the answers, but I have a lot of the answers because I made a lot of the mistakes. So you don't have to make them. So one of the first pieces there, if we're getting help, man, hire a realtor. Get with a realtor. Now, what a realtor is going to help do is, because there are a few people out there that can actually help you get into this industry. A realtor is going to help you get your location. That's the job of a realtor. They're going to help you get your location. What a mentor would do would help you potentially find properties, so find your location, as well as structure your business and help you with the marketing and everything that in terms of running the business. So it's two people primarily that you can ask for help, or it's one person. You can go straight to a mentor, or you can get a mentor and a realtor, and you can, use the realtor to help you get the space, and then you can get with a mentor, someone that's an authority in the space that can help you with, starting the business out, being profitable, running the business, and things like that. The common day-to-day. That's what the mentor is there for, and you're going to need that help along the way, or you're going to be doing a lot of testing, a whole lot of testing, a lot. But so if you don't know initially where to start, right after you finish this video, you need to make a list of what essentially would be your niche. Who are you going to cater to with your event space? What type of events do you want to market in that space? And so specifically, narrow it down to 1 to 3 types of events, because we've already established the major piece of why we're not starting and how fear turns into so many other things. But we've broken down what the fear is, because it really just breaks down to all the questions you're asking yourself, because you don't know which one to attack first. You don't know, do I attack this first? Do I attack this first? Do I attack this, that, third? You just don't know, right? So the biggest piece of advice is niching down, figuring out what exactly you're going to do in your venue. What is your venue best suited for? And but more particularly, what do you want to do in it? So do you want to do more so luxury style events, so weddings, bridal showers, baby showers, but luxury style? You want to bring a different vibe and feel to it. And so figuring that out, that is the first thing that I would do. That is the easiest thing to get off your plate, because you're going to need to know this, because you're going to have to describe this. You're going to be asked this multiple times. I just went on a showing for a third location I just went on the showing for a third location. What was that? Yesterday? Day before yesterday. I'll show a video clip of it. And basically in this third location, as you can see, I'm not able to show all of it right now, just so you can see, like you can see right here, like you can see the nice open space, and you can see the base almost floor to ceiling windows. You can see all these things here in this clip. And so weddings, anything is going to be perfect for basically any type of event. Plus the landlord is going to give rooftop access. But when you narrow down those three things of whatever the three things potentially that you're going to primarily focus on, now you already have it explained. Because what I was getting at with the clip that I just showed you all was that the landlord asked several times, well, what are you going to be using the venue for? What are you going to be using the space for? And so you got to be able to explain that. You got to know, you want to know, you don't want to be thinking like, you don't want to do that. You want to know exactly what you're going to be doing, because you're going to be asked multiple times. Your city is going to ask you, the landlord or the real estate agent, whomever it is that you're dealing with, they're going to ask you. If you get my mentorship, I'm going to ask you. Like, you're going to get asked, what do you primarily want to do with your venue? And so moving forward from that, once you figure out what you want to do, the next phase of that would be start doing some research. What are other venues doing? Be ahead of the game. Like, what are other venues in your area doing? Like, how are they marketing? What type of events are they throwing? What are they getting booked for? What are their prices? Like, get a feel for what's going on in your city. You want to know what's going on in your city. You need to know what's going on in your city, because potentially this is going to be your competition, or competition. I'll put the quotations there, because when it comes to business, I have the mentality that I believe that you should believe, and just like I believe that I'm the best at what I do when I get into any lane. And so I don't really believe in competition. The only competition is myself. But you got to kind of think like that. I definitely believe you should think like that. So there's not really competition, but there's competition. So do some secret shopping, make some phone calls. Hey, what is the price for your venue for X amount of hours? See what hours are working, see what hours they're renting for. And then the next thing up would be essentially, do you want to lease this space? And I would say go for leasing, because if you've ever leased an apartment, if you've ever leased a condo or a home or whatever, if you've ever done any sort of leasing where you've paid monthly and it's on a lease basis, leasing your venue is going to be, I'm not going to say 100% the same, but it's along the same lines. So it's like, things are more familiar than you think they are. So I'm trying to help you with the major reason of why you haven't started, which is most of the time when you really boil it down, it sums out, it's fear. And so when you really break it down, the fear of not knowing, well, should I lease or should I buy? And then you get overwhelmed with just that simple thing. And it's like, I'm letting you know, like, lease, go for leasing, because you've already leased an apartment before. You already rented out an apartment. It's going to be very much so similar. And so do the research on commercial property and leases. Like, that's another starting point of something that you can do after you get done watching the video. The most important piece of it all, though, out of the three things that I named of what you can do to start, is taking the action. You have to take the action, because if you don't start, you'll sit there and you'll be overwhelmed. You'll continue to be overwhelmed. You'll continue to be wondering whether or not you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, like, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. If you wanted to have a wedding venue, there's projected to be over 2.5 million weddings this year alone. And the number is gonna do nothing but increase as all of the mandates and face mask mandates and vaccination mandates, as these things are lifting, and maybe even in your city, because that pretty much tells you the direction that things are gonna go in. And that tells you, like, if there's a time to get into this industry, it is now. Like, get into it now, because people are going to be stepping outside, looking to host events. They're going to want to do an event in your venue. Like, if you start today or had started, 4 weeks ago or 6 weeks ago, you could already be getting bookings for the spring and the summer. So start now, like do whatever it takes now. You know, if you know you want all the steps, if you know you need if you know you want the guidance, not just to help finding your space, but help running the business, immediately seek out a mentor. Immediately go to a training. Immediately, like take action immediately. And save yourself time by getting the training, by working with someone who's already in the space. That saves you a whole lot of time, and it's gonna save you a lot of mistakes. It's gonna save you like a $20,000 mistake. And like, man, I had a $20,000 mistake that you all don't want to make. That you all don't want to make. And luckily we were able to get out of that $20,000 mistake, but you don't want to make that mistake. You know, you don't even want that hanging over your head. Like, you get your space and now you make this 20K mistake that you got to come out of pocket with. Like, you don't want to make that, right? I have a training here that you can register for. All you have to do is click this link down below. Typically, I try to do these trainings each and every week. So if you don't register because you're worried about not having been able to make the training, then you're just gonna miss out, because who knows, the training could be today when you're watching this. So you wanna get in the room, and I cover, you know, how to find the space, how to fund the space, how to find the space in your area. I cover a lot of the details. So the training is very thorough. It takes probably about an hour and a half of your time, and to go through the training. And yeah, I mean, I would love to see you there. So all you have to do is click the link down below and register for the training. I also have other resources down below as well that you can take if you really want to expedite the process. Instead of waiting for the training, you want to expedite the process. I have other resources available to you as well.
Hey y'all, quick testimonial. Go and get that 2-day acceleration training from Jarrell. I mean, I did it and it's definitely going to change my life. You know, I needed a little bit more information before I dove all the way into the event space, and this is exactly what you need right here. I mean, Jarrell tells you everything from how to get funding to, you know, actually getting an event space, to actually marketing that event space and then being profitable in that space. Any questions that you have, he do Q&A with you. You know, it keeps it personal. It's not just somebody that's out here just reading off of a script. You're actually getting somebody from talking to somebody that's actually out here doing it and is not scared to give up, you know, some of the information. I mean, the acceleration course is literally minimum cost for thousands of dollars worth of game that he's giving you. Go ahead and get that acceleration training and you will not be disappointed.
Well, because again, I don't know when you're watching this, but what I do know is that when this is being recorded, and I do know I actually just got off the phone. I just had a session today with someone, with a couple, and they were about to get into the industry, and they were just breaking down how they've noticed that the real estate market prices are going up, and they are going up because the pandemic is coming to a close. We are getting back to a sense of some sort of normal, and because we're getting back to a sense of some sort of normal, things are going to go back to normal. Prices are going to go back to normal across the board. If you just look at gas prices alone, everything is going up. Real estate is going up. Like, the interest rates were the lowest they've ever had been over the last couple of months, and now what do you see? They're going up. So if to buy is going to go up, if buying real estate goes up, renting real estate is going to go up. So the time is now. I challenge you. I want you to. I hope you do take action now. And like I said, all you have to do, click the link down below. I have a training available, and yeah, that's it. That's all I got today. Go out and take action. Get into the industry. It's a great industry to be in. And man, follow me on social media platforms. My Instagram is down below. My TikTok is down below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm definitely going to get more active on your typical social media platforms. And yeah, I mean, so I can help you and be a resource to you each and every day via social media. Because most people are already using social media. So if you're already on Instagram, if you're already on TikTok, I want to be a resource there for you as well. And so, like, I want to help you as much as I can, but you have to be willing to help yourself and just take action and just seek out the help. And I'm here to help. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you today. And yeah, man, go out today, create the habit of taking action. They say it takes 21 days to create a habit. It takes more like 67 days or 66 days to create a habit. You can go look it up, check it, do your research. whatever it is that you need to do. But do whatever you need to do each and every day. Don't take breaks, don't pause, don't do any of that. No days off. Have that mentality, tunnel vision, and you'll get your venue. And especially if you get a mentor. Like one of my students, they just got their venue in like 4 weeks. So man, it's crazy. But go out now, take action. I challenge you, you can do it. You can get this venue, get into this $1 billion industry, get a piece of the pie. Why not? Why won't you want to get a piece of the $1 billion industry pie of the event industry? Go get a piece, go get your piece. All right, so that's it. That's all I got for you. Peace.